What's good, everyone? Welcome back to a very special episode of Ginger News. So I didn't actually know Funko did these. This is a Star Wars Rivals character booster pack, which combines with a light side booster pack to play. So there was light side and dark side booster packs that were available. I decided to pick up a light side one. I was a bit perplexed though, because this is a light side booster pack and it shows a Stormtrooper and it also shows Boba Fett. Because it's not a light side one. I'm joking. It's a dark side one. So, this one today, as you can see, start playing right away with a dark or light side booster pack, and the content contains 1 character card, 1 character mover, 2 character tokens, 5 action cards, 2 location cards, a dice or a die, 6 influence lost tokens, 3 location markers, high ground marker. I've got the high ground. And instructions. So the character that we get is none other than Count Dooku himself. So I'll be interested to see what's inside this. This is part of the Funko Games collection. As it shows, there are a few different ones that you can get. So there's TX20, Stormtrooper Commander, Supreme Leader Snoke, Grand Moff Tarkin, General Grievous, Boba Fett, Emperor Palpatine, Captain Phasma, or Count Dooku. And yeah, they only had 1 dark side one that was left. There was loads of light side ones, but I seen that there was 1 dark side one left, and I thought, let's see. But you know, there's no mystery. It shows you what you get on the back. So without further ado, let's open this one up and see what we got for today. So they did lie to us. We got the Stormtrooper. Cool little die. Inside we have the Stormtrooper Commander. Oh. There's quite a few to collect. So, there are some premium. So premium sets include Clone Commander Cody, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and Asajj Ventress. That's the exclusive characters. You can expand your game with character booster packs, which are sold separately. So, Ahsoka Tano, C-3PO, Chewbacca, Finn, General Obi-Wan Kenobi, Han Solo, Princess Leia, Rey, and Yoda. And then you have hologram variants for Yoda, Princess Leia, Commander Cody, and Ahsoka Tano. Unfortunately, the hologram variants aren't different like figures, because they're the exact same figure, just in a hologram variant. You would think that they would be different, but it is what it is. And at the top, for the dark side, we have Boba Fett, Captain Phasma, Count Dooku, Emperor Palpatine, General Grievous, Grand Moff Tarkin, Stormtrooper Commander, Supreme Leader Snoke, TX20, and then the hologram variants are Count Dooku, Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, and Supreme Leader Snoke. So it says, Rivals is played between 2 sides, dark and light, before setting up the game. Each player chooses a side to play. Dark and light characters booster packs are required to play. Choose any 3 characters matching your side and place their moves and cards in front of you as shown. If you have fewer than 3 character moves, use character tokens. Shuffle all of your characters' action cards together to form a face down deck. Each character mover has 3 action cards and each character token has 1. Shuffle the location card to form a face down deck and place it between place it between the players. Note, if you have more than 12 location cards in your collection, each player chooses 6 to shuffle into the deck for this game, so you would only have 12 cards in total between the 2 of you. Reveal, well, for location cards. Number 4, reveal 3 cards from the location deck and place a location marker next to each card. This is what location markers look like. Place the influence lost token, -1, was the indication of what that looks like, where both players can reach them. Each player draws a hand of 3 cards from their action deck. Don't show your hand to the other player. Choose a player to go first, then take the dice or the die and the high ground marker. If you want to learn more, you can obviously scan here as well. The objective is to score points by influencing locations and completing missions. When all locations have been scored, the player with the most points wins. So inside of this pack, even though it seems really small, this is some of the content for the one side. So light side and dark side, so you would essentially have the two. Influence lost tokens would sit in the middle, your high ground markers would sit here, your dice would sit here, and this is just a mirror of everything on the other side. Alright, let's flip this over. So it says how to play. We will get into the unboxing, but I want to show you how to do the game first. Rivals is played over several rounds, and each round do the following steps in order. 1. Deploy characters. Start with the player with the high ground players. Take turns deploying the characters one at a time. To deploy a character, place them next to a location. Pay attention to the location card effects. You may deploy multiple characters to the same location. Instead of deploying a character to a location, you may move them to the back to tank to see key concepts below for more details. Number 2, roll the dice or die. After all 6 characters have been developed, round the die. Your roll shows the location which will score in step 4 of this round. If your roll is this symbol, score the locations with the highest point value. Number 3, play an action card. Each player chooses an action card from their hand to play. You can play any card no matter where the character is. Choose your card secretly and play it face down in front of you. When both players have chosen a card, the player with the highest ground flips their card face up and takes its action. Then the other player does the same. Number 4, score location rolled. Score the locations that were rolled in step 2 in order of the location markers. To score locations, compare each side's total influence at the location. If your side has multiple characters, add their influence together to see influence below for more details. The side with higher influence places the location card in the score pile. If tied, the player with high ground score location. Note, at least one influence is required to score location. End of round. Replace any scored locations with new ones from the location deck. If the deck runs out, do not add more locations. Remove all -1 from characters in the back to tank. Both players take back all their characters. Place the action cards you played in your discard pile, then draw cards from your action deck. Refill your hand to 3 cards, 4 for holograms. If you already have 3, don't draw any. If your deck runs out, shuffle your discarded action cards to reform your deck. The player without the high ground takes it for the next round. Game end. When the location deck runs out, score all remaining locations. Each round, do not roll the dice. The game will end. The last location card is scored. Add up the points on the cards in your score pile. The player with the most points wins. If tied, the player who scored more location cards wins. Okay, so cards and actions. So missions. Some characters have action cards required with a mission. Anytime the mission conditions are met, you may add the card to your score pile. Don't refill your hand until the end of the round. Action cards in your score pile are worth the points shown at the bottom. These cards can still be played in step 3 like any other action card. Ignore the mission text. Most missions must be scored from your hand, so you have to choose if you want to use the actions or hold onto it to try and score the mission. Influence. Every character has influence value shown on the character card or token. Influence is used to score locations. Influence lost tokens -1 are placed on character cards or tokens by actions and affect. Each -1 on a character reduces their influence by 1. Influence can never be lower than 0, but it can be higher than the value of a character card. If a character has plus X influence this round, it does not change the number of -1 on them. Any action or effects that place -1 happen immediately. If multiple actions or effects change a character's influence, applying the changes one at a time in order they have occurred. And finally, key concepts, ally. Another character of the same side, a character is not considered their own ally. Bacta, a way to remove influence loss tokens -1 when a character is moved to the Bacta tank, either when deploying or by any action. Place them off to the side. They cannot move out of the Bacta tank this round. At the end of the round, remove all -1 from characters in the Bacta tank. Enemy, any character of the opposition or opposite side. Move, change a character's location. Moving is not the same as deploying. And finally, traits. Show some of the character cards below. The character's influence, actions, and effects may refer to these traits. So that's the FRA number. And let's show you what we got. So let's have a look at this figure first. A7 LFL branding on the bottom. Great detail actually for a little smaller figure. And let's show you the dice. V21, V23, 13, 12, 123, 23 are the markings on the dice. Now let's have a look at the cards. Looks like a cool little game, I'm not going to lie. I have seen some of the other Funko games that they have made, from quiz games to card games to board games, and this one is interesting to me just because I like Star Wars. Okay, Stormtrooper, 20 out of 30. Stormtrooper Commander. Very cool. And then we have Jawa's Sandcrawler. If you score this location, you may add 1 card from your discard pile to your hand. Great artwork as well. That's a location card. Followed up by a Cloud City Dining Room card. Very nice. Another location card. Okay, we've got some... I believe these are the action cards, because they said there were 5 of those. So, Stormtrooper Commander. Only Imperial Stormtroopers are so precise. Yeah, alright. Stormtrooper Commander's influence is now equal to the point value of the location. Mission score from hand if an enemy moves from Stormtrooper Command location. 60 out of 94. Then we have... Up top, move out. You may move Stormtrooper Commander allies to locations that will score this round. Then we have load your weapons. Your opponents may move one of their characters from Stormtrooper Commander's location. If they do not, place up to 3 minus on a character of theirs. Nice. There they are, blast them. Place 1 minus on an enemy at each Imperial Trooper's location. And finally, we have... Alright, we'll check it out. Move an ally from an Imperial Trooper's location to another location. Okay, so we've done the character card. We've done the location markers. We've done the influence markers. Next, we've got the high ground markers. So these are actual markers, so you can take these out. And obviously, you would use this side if you were dark side. And I presume you would probably use this side if you were light side. The only difference is the colour for the marker, but cool print. And last but not least, the Imperial Trooper lost tokens. But it seems like a pretty cool game, I'm not going to lie. Figure was cool. I managed to pick this up for $2.99. I think these normally go for about $7.99 to $9.99, so it's not the cheapest, and obviously to collect everything it would be pretty expensive. So yeah, I guess it's one of those games more so based at collectors, but because this is the Funko product, that's obviously the market that they're going for. So this would be interesting to people who I would say are interested in Star Wars nonetheless. Will this be something that I want to finish the collection? Yes, if I can find them cheap. I will probably try and get more of these. Maybe next time I'll get a light side one. You never know. But this is from Series 1. I presume there are probably going to be more series to go with this. I don't know if they're from certain time periods in Star Wars. I did notice actually on the back of this we did have Supreme Leader Snoke, so maybe they aren't from certain times. Maybe it's just a collection of all the characters that they thought, you know, potentially would be interesting to people. But anyways, if you have enjoyed watching this video, leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you haven't done already. And I'll be back in another one real soon. Peace.